Good morning, everybody. It's Javier, and I'm super excited to be with you here today. I feel really, really good for a lot of different reasons at the personal level, at the professional level. I'm just excited, grateful to be able to be with you today. And most importantly, to share with you information. Today is more about sharing information that can position yourself for a very good, prosperous, and profitable 2022. So that's all I'm going to do today is hand you information. I've got two gifts for you, absolutely free, just for being you and for being here. And one of them revolves around something that I'm very passionate about, which is leadership, which we'll get to in just 1 second. I also have a few announcements from the business side with FFS that you are definitely going to want to know. So let's go ahead with that in mind, at least. Let me go ahead and kick it off. Just so you know, right now, everybody is muted, but my recommendation is to please unmute yourself at any time with any questions so that we can go ahead and wrap it up at the end when we get to that portion of the day. So having said that, let's go ahead and kick it off by firing up the actual PowerPoint, and it's going to be up on your screen now. Cool. All right, well, we're going to start with a few things. First things first. We're getting a few more people that are showing up a little late. Let me just let them in. I don't want to be rude. All right, first things first, in case you are not aware, FFS has finally appointed a director of sales, and this is probably one of my favorite positions in the company that has gone unfilled for a long time. And that is because a director of sales, they have the sole purpose in the company and in life is to help you up your sales. That's how they're gauged. They take FFS has taken a screenshot, if you would, of where sales are today. And his job, his only reason for being here is to increase that number. Now, the only question is whose numbers are going to increase. I suggest it be you and I. And so I'm very excited to tell you that Andy comes from a long history in the life insurance industry. Some of you might remember him or know him. He used to be actually working with Columbus Life. You saw him at the conventions, speaking from stage and so on. He is now an actual employee of First Financial Security. And it's very important that if for whatever reason your sales are not where you want them to be, I want to help you there as well. But this person here, Andy, his sole purpose in FFS is to help you increase your sales. And one of the things that I like about Andy a lot, he understands the specialized markets that we work in, and he brings a lot of not just life insurance knowledge, but also annuities, and so on. And so next Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, he's going to be our guest. He's going to be on our webinar, and he's going to share his contact information, cell phone number, email address, and all that other good stuff. He's going to start with our key leaders. I'm talking about Mr. Hatter, Daniela, George, and Alan, and all our key leaders. And he's going to be getting on their webinars as well, because your job is to hold his feet to the fire, and then, of course, do your part to increase. And I'm talking about dramatically increase your production and your income. 2022, in my opinion, is going to be our best year ever. We are either done with the bulk of the pandemic, and even if we're not, by now, everybody knows how virtual works. All of our teachers, our cops, everybody's on Zoom. And so I have a bunch of webinars scheduled this week. I got backed up on my webinars simply because when I was in Mexico, in CABO, the Wi-Fi, for whatever reason, really wasn't strong enough to do the video portion of a webinar. And I'm going to be pretty busy this week, and I'm going to add a few more webinars that I'm going to share with you here just right now. So mark your calendar, next Saturday at 9 a.m. Meet Andy, get his contact info, and let's get your sales increased by a tremendous amount. Also, as I was mentioning, I uploaded the list of people that wanted to get more information on the solar portion that I was talking about. And we were actually trying to do the webinar this past Tuesday, but the system, when I uploaded the spreadsheet of the people that requested the information, it actually unsubscribed you. So what you need to do, just to be safe, this is something everybody here should do. Break out your phone, turn on your camera, and go ahead and tap on the link that pops up, and it's going to send an SMS or a text message to 74121, which is our short code for our alerts. A lot of you got unsubscribed, and I'm preaching to the choir because you probably are not here. If you got unsubscribed, you didn't get the text reminder. So just to be safe, my recommendation, whip out your phone right now, aim it at the QR code, tap on it's going to load up the SMS or text message for you, and just hit send. So do that right now. Please do that right now. If you're watching this recording, do it as well. If you're already in the list, you just simply remain on the list. But a lot of people got bumped off of the list via the system by getting unsubscribed. And so I try to add you manually back on the list. The problem is that it won't let me because of the spam rules and laws. You have to do it yourself. So last chance, scan this QR code with your phone. Just play it safe. You want to keep getting these text reminders for FFS or webinars and alerts and so on. Do that right now. Again, scan it right now. Also, October is almost over, and it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so I just wanted to throw that out there because everybody has been impacted to one degree or another, or know somebody who has been impacted. And if you want to be a part of a fundraiser or a part of anything like that, my recommendation is to go with Mr. Anthony LeBlanc. I don't know if he's on, but Anthony, really passionate, if you would, about Breast Cancer Awareness Month and so on. And he's always doing fundraisers and different things. You can participate online. And so thank you, Anthony, for all that you do. It's a very noble cause, a very important cause. And so if you want to be a part of it in some way, shape, or form, get with Anthony. Are you on, Anthony? I don't know if he's on. But yeah. If so, okay. Anything you want to throw in there?
Yeah, I'm here. If they go to realmenprojectpink.com, they can donate.
realmenprojectpink.com.
Yes.
Please, if somebody can please do that, it's a good cause. realmenprojectpink.com. And you can donate there, literally $1, $5, $10, whatever you can. Every dollar helps. It's a noble cause. And I think it's just a matter of time before we're all affected one way or the other, or know somebody who is because of this. And at least we know that we are doing our part to do that. Thank you, Anthony, for all you do in regards to that as well. Anything else?
Javier, can you put the scan back on? I was on my phone when that came up. I mean, I was on watching you on the phone instead of computer. Thanks.
Javier, if we got the alert this morning, then we don't need to do it, right?
You should be okay, yes, because it was part of the solar list that caused the whole mess. So that's it right there. If not, just check out the recording on YouTube as well, or just simply text FFS to 74121. And we should all know that, because that's what we want to get our new teammates on board as well. Lastly, what I wanted to share with you in regards to the preview is that I did come back from CABO. I'm sunburned, a little bit sunburned, and I can't tell you how great it was. I can't tell you how a little frustrating it was in the beginning, because they wouldn't, not that they wouldn't honor, but I was trying to get a special that was already expired, and I knew that going in. But because I told them that I had people that were serious about this, on the last day, I was actually checking out. I checked out of the resort. They called me back to the sales office. They wanted to make sure that everything was okay in regards to the referrals that I had told them about. And I told them I can't do it for the simple fact that I already opened my mouth to everybody about what they were going to get, and I can't go back and tell them that. And then they came back with, well, actually, that's a different price with a lot less weeks. And so what ended up happening, this is actually us at the resort. It's got 7 pools, 12 restaurants, 3 resorts, or 2 sister resorts to this main one that you can actually go to all of them. If you do the all-inclusive, you can go to eat at any of them. It's just an incredible experience. And for me, it was a little stressful in regards that we had 2 little babies with us, but it was still tons of fun. But man, for those who don't know, Marcel and I were on the market for a vacation home, and we were going to buy one in Rosarito, Ensenada, and we were paying $375 or something like that. So we decided to split it half and half with somebody else. But still, it was a lot of cash to give up, and we knew we're not going to live. We're not looking to live there. We just wanted to go there, periodically. And then this thing came along. Actually, one of our teammates, Ramos, is the one that actually told me about it. He rented a place at this resort for, I believe, 25. I don't know if he's on, but Ramos, correct me if I'm wrong. 2,500, I think you paid for the week. He on Airbnb, and when he went there, it was from a private person. He rented it for 2,500 for the week for a 2-bedroom villa, beautiful place. And he actually told me about it. He goes, "What do you think? I'm actually thinking about buying with these people because this can solve a lot of our problems. We didn't want to manage our rentals, Airbnbs, and so on. This company will actually, let's just say you have 2 weeks with them and you can't go, you can go ahead and just, put them on Airbnb, and they'll manage it for you. They keep a small percentage, of course, but you don't have to do anything." And so what we ended up doing is through Ramos, he ended up actually doing something really good for us, for all of us. And he ended up leaving without buying. Anyways, it turned into, instead of 2 weeks a year, it turned into 5 weeks for a year. And so that's when he got me involved. I spoke with not the owner, but the main salesperson. And they're like, yeah, that was just a one-time thing. And so I told him, I'll go down there to do my homework, but I'm not going to waste my time. And, like I said, it was not a vacation for me. But after everything was said and done, we ended up, signing on with the understanding that he was going to honor this for people that I brought to the table, because they also have a referring program. And this is for everybody. If you refer a friend or family or anybody, and they come on board and become a member, because you're an owner, you're an actual member, a fractional owner of these properties, you end up with I'm sorry, they give you one free week a year, which you can sell back to them for $1,000, meaning you don't want to go. They just give you they give you $1,000, or you can rent it out on Airbnb and they manage it themselves. It's a great view. This is actually the view from my room. I actually put together a little commercial for my granddaughter who was just sleeping there on the patio, and it's just dumb. I didn't post it on social media or anything, and so. Nobody's seen it but you. This is just nothing. But anyways, it was an incredible thing. I don't know how to get to the next one. So I took all my documents, loan documents, put them into an actual Dropbox so you can see everything. I mean, I have every single thing that has anything to do with this transaction, because I am anal like you wouldn't believe. I was telling myself they probably couldn't stand me in that office anymore, because I was asking for everything, copies of everything, and taking pictures of everything. And this is where we had ended up. It's a 99-year agreement that you can, obviously will to your kids or beneficiaries. You actually have to name beneficiaries, and so on. And this is the one that they initially had, which is the $31,350. And I ended up saying no, because that's not what I had agreed upon before I came down here. And lo and behold, it went from this to this, and this is where we ended up with the 24,580. But then this went down, because if you notice where it says points, which refers to weeks per year, it was a 2. And I told him, well, I'm going to enjoy my 5 weeks, but I can't offer it to anybody or let them know, because I already opened my mouth telling them it was 5 weeks. And then they went to, oh yeah, but not for the price. So we ended up right back where we were. They wanted to increase the weeks, but increase the price to the one that I just showed you, which is this one right here. And so anyways, to make a long story longer, this is as I was checking out, I had to leave because I had to make my flight. So I told them, thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. I had a great time. I will be back. So the way Marcella and I, we got what's called the president. They actually have a cheaper one. If you want just a 1-bedroom, we went with the presidential suite, which is 2 bedrooms. And the way it works is there's no monthly maintenance fees. People can't stand those things. So there's no monthly maintenance fees. You only pay when you use it. So if you get the 1-bedroom, you pay $500 for the full 7-day week. When you go there, that covers the maid, this, that, your maintenance fee. Everything is only when you use it. And so I ended up going ahead and just saying, okay, great. And then finally they came back and said, oh, listen. And then there was actually people in there buying that were paying the stupid high price, which for 2 weeks, everyone I spoke to in the pools and the restaurants, I was doing my due diligence and asking, how long have you been a member here? Oh, 3 years, 6 years, 5 years. And if you don't mind me asking, how many weeks did you get when you bought? The only person that I met that had more than 2 was a young lady. She had 3 weeks. She started with 1 week for $20,000 for life, which is not bad. And then her cousin and her sister upgraded, and they upgraded to the 3-week package. And so they were all using it together, the 3 weeks at the same time in 3 different suites. And so that's why she had paid like $30,000. And so I just didn't tell her, because that was part of our deal. Don't brag about it. And so she had upgraded twice to get to 3 weeks for the year. And then she uses it up at the same time, which you could. We got the 2-bedroom presidential one with 5 weeks a year. So Marcella and I, what we're doing is we're going down every quarter. We're actually filling up our calendar right now, and we're going to be there every quarter for a full 7 days, which beats having to buy and give up $200,000. We're doing it for a lot less. I'm giving them, I should say, $10,000. And with the $10,000, I'm paying it off. I'm just paying off the $10,000 right out of the gate. They give you a discount if you pay cash. You can see it right there. And it's pretty cool. So anyways, I'm just kind of giving you the full long version, but I don't know how many of you bought this package. I'm not going to give you the website because I did it last week, but what ended up sealing the deal when I was sitting there with this guy, when I shook his hand and said, let's do it, what did it for me, and this is very important, so I'm going to bring this down for just 1 second. What sealed the deal for me with him was not how beautiful the place was, he did textbook, what I teach you to do, what I always do. He broke out his phone and he showed me, he's got 2 kids, and he showed me, let me show you how when we vacation, because I'm a member, I'm an owner here as well. And he showed me the pictures. He showed me some from his mom. It was one of my first clients was my mother. And to this day, she's older. She still uses it every single year. And then he went ahead and opened up Airbnb. He went to the Airbnb page. He's a super host, meaning that he actually hosts it. He goes, I do keep a little bit for my troubles to manage it, but he's going to be my host if I wanted to rent it out. And what I'm getting at is he ended up sharing with me his story. His story is what sealed the deal. I looked him at the eye and said, let's do this. And so that's why I want to emphasize the importance of you leveraging your story when you're trying to sell $1 Million Baby or IULs or term policies or anything. Stop using all this corporate crap all the time in brochures. Learn to share your story. And with this person, that sealed the deal for me. And I knew he was the real deal. And we went ahead and moved on and did that as well. Then what I did is I got this credit card, which is the Alaska Mileage Plan. They gave me a 50,000 bonus miles just for signing up. And you do have to spend $2,000 within the first 90 days. So guess what I did? I put my down payment on the card. The card gave me $21,000 credit limit. I put down my down payment on the card, turned around, pay off the card with the cash that I had. And the cash that I used to pay off the card was stock I sold from eXp Realty that all $10,000 were from gains. So it never cost me any money out of pocket. And then when we flew down there, here's what I flew, which is Alaska. And as you can see, this is one way. Going there, 10,000 points. And so if I've got 5,000 points, of course, or 50,000 points, I'm sorry, that's 5 tickets right there. It's actually going to be a little less because coming back was a little higher. Here, my daughter, she got it for $74 each way. I paid $74 each way, but then you do have to pay, I think, $30 in fees and taxes or whatever. But even if you do pay cash, like my daughter did, because she doesn't have the miles, $74 each way, it's not too bad. So as you can see, everything just goes full circle. Anyways, this is the big mess that happened. I was trying to do a webinar this past Tuesday. It went sideways. If you want to see my loan docs, if you want to get a copy of the Dropbox file that I shared with you and get all the details, because I'm rushing through this right now, go ahead and scan the QR code right there in front of you, and you will be added to a special list that I'm going to text. I don't want to bug the team. I'm not going to bug and distract people. Just text CABO to 74121 or scan the QR code, and this will pop up on your actual phone. And just hit send, and that will sign you up for a list to get all the details. And you might say, well, I'm not in California. I can't use it there. Well, yeah, you can, because there's something like 5,000 other locations all over the world that you can use it. The gentleman that I bought it from, I was trying to meet with him when he was in California, because 3 weeks ago he was here. He brought his family to Disneyland, and he used one of his weeks here just to be able to stay with his family in Anaheim as well. And so again, and then here's the best part, in my opinion, you get, with what I'm doing, 5 weeks. You would get 5 weeks, literally 5 weeks of a 2-bedroom. If you got that one, or if you want cheaper, you can just get the 1-bedroom. That's all you need, because the living room has its own bathroom. It's a beautiful place. So you can just do that, but we're getting with the bigger one. But if you don't want to use your 2-bedroom presidential suite, you can exchange it for 3 weeks, 3 weeks of a 1-bedroom. So think about it, 3 for 1, literally 3 for 1, which is incredible. And if that's what I'm doing, because when I go down there with Marcella, we're not going to stay in our 2-bedroom. We don't need it. And then the good news is that when you use the 1-bedroom, it's only $500 in maintenance fee for the week that you're there, and that's it. So we don't need the big one. And so we're going to go ahead and do just that. It's just an incredible thing. I'm dying to give you the details, because I think life is short as it is. So it's important to enjoy it, recharge your batteries. It's amazing how you just get away from the hustle and bustle of day-to-day life. You become a better person, better leader, everything. So anyways, if you're nosy, just go ahead and text CABO to 74121, and I'll give you all the details at a later time. I also talked about 2021. The whole mess with people getting unsubscribed for our text messages came from the solar webinar I was trying to do. I'm not going to give you the full details, but this is a stock in EXP. I liquidated 10,000 to buy the property down in CABO that I was telling you about. So arbitrage. I just used other people's money all the way around, including Alaska Airs and Bank of America, because they are the one. And to be honest with you, what I'm going to do now is I'm just waiting for this to clear. I'm paying off the credit card, and I'm back to zero, and I got my miles and so on. But the reason I'm sharing this with you is because, just like I went around telling people a long time ago, man, if you're into picking up a good deal, EXP is going to explode. It did. I'm telling you, the same thing's going to happen with solar. I'm not going to get into it, but I did not hold the webinar. People keep texting me all of last week. What happened? What happened? What happened? The system crashed, basically. Maybe it was the Wi-Fi, maybe it was me, but I didn't hold the webinar. I'm looking still for those 5 people that I was telling you about, that I'm going to show you how simple it can be to leverage not just this power and get, stay in the FFS business if you want to get more money and need more money to keep you in the game. Referring people that need something and getting paid very well, not too bad. 45 days is the challenge. I need 5 examples of success. I'm one of them. I'm number 6, but I need 5 people. What you're going to do is what you see here, get 5 referrals. It's $14,000 when you do 2 on your own, $10,000 when you do 3 with the trainer, I'm sorry. And so we're looking for somebody to do this right here in the next 45 days. So here's what you need to do. I just love streams of income that are passive. I just love streams of income that are refer based and so on. Check it out. I'm telling you. And most importantly, they're pre-IPO. It's not being traded on the stock exchange yet. It will. But right now you can actually do 2 things. EXP, I earned some stocks just based on the performance of my team. And then I bought some at a deep discount because I was an agent. Here you can do the same thing. And I'm going to get into it during the webinar today at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to join me, just visit solarwebinar.us, SOLAR, solarwebinar.us. And then I'm going to repeat it this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just text the word SUN to 74121 or scan this code if you just want to know what's going on. I'm not trying to cross-recruit or do anything else. I hate people missing out, man, on what EXP did for so many people. The person that I know that has the most in EXP has almost $100 million in stocks, which I have nowhere near that, but he was there and he took action. So, more kudos and more power to him. And so here, why not cash flow great money and then pick up a few pre-IPO stock options in the process? I'll give you all the details here in a bit. Here's where we're going to get into the training. I'm going to give you a gift number 1, and gift number 1 revolves around this book. If you haven't read this book, I encourage you to read it. It's called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. If you follow them, people will follow you. Very, very, very important. So the gift I'm going to give you is because every time I talk to somebody, they always tell me, I've never heard of it. I've never read, books. I want to not read you the book, but I want to definitely at least give you a little taste of it. And I want to give you the opportunity to empower yourself. I'm going to give you a free copy of chapter 1. And I'm going to do this every week where I'm just going to go real briefly, just read 1 or 2 sentences. Then if you really want to know more, open up the PDF I'm going to send you and read it. And here's law number 1, the law of the lid. Leadership ability determines a person's level of effectiveness. Brothers Dick and Maurice came as close as they could to living the American dream without making it. Instead, a man named Ray did it with the company they founded. And it happened because they didn't know the law of the lid. And that's very, very true. Thank you. Alan says, great book. I mean, I'm telling you. Anything you want to say about it real quick, Alan? And I will tell you that when sometimes people tell me, yeah, I get it, but I'm not looking to be one of these leaders and big leaders and with a bunch of people on my team. No, leadership is all about leading yourself. That's what I learned. That's what I was missing, that I didn't understand, that it wasn't just about running a big team. It was about running myself, influencing yourself. And I don't care how young, how old you are, it's never too early or too late to learn how to lead yourself the right way. And so my recommendations to you is to get your hands on this. And I'm going to give it to you right now in the event that you do want it. If you don't, just disregard the link that I'm going to paste in the chat box. No big deal. And so let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to post up. Let me just go ahead and post this in the chat box. And if somebody can tell me whether or not it opens up, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Can you just click on the link and just tell me whether or not it opens up?
Javier, this is Alan.
Alan,
that's a great book. It's a great book. It's a great leadership book. I've read it many times. I've taught from it for many, many years. It's a wonderful book. It gives great tips and insights. It breaks it down what leadership is all about. Excellent book.
Perfect. Well, that made me
Yeah, it opens up, Javier.
perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. That explains why Alan's such a great leader. We're on the same sheet of music here. It's important that all of us, and I'm not going to jump ahead with the book itself, but I will tell you that one of the things it talks about is how a great leader is all about building up other people. And that's what I'm looking to do, build you up. Like I said, I don't have and if I do have a hidden agenda, I'll tell you the CABO thing. I don't care. I got my 5 weeks and I'm going to upgrade to 8, by the way, when we go down there. We're going to be upgrading to that because we're going to vacation in other places. It's about helping you. It's really about, helping, relax you. I know that the more relaxed you are, the better you can lead. The more you can lead, the better you can lead, the more productive you will be, the more productive you become, the more profitable you are. Very, very simple. And that's the only reason that I'm doing this. The same thing with the solar. I don't need the money, but I'll take it. I'm not stupid either. And at the same time, I know the importance of timing. So anyways, on and on and on. Once you read it, I hope you do read it. It's a PDF. It's easy to read. It's chapter 1. Next week, we'll read the first opening paragraph of chapter 2, and I'll give you the copy of that if you want it as well. So let me just get to the last part, which is what I really wanted to talk to you about today. And this is the part that can be a little spooky. You should already be in 2022 mode. You should be not quite panicking, but if you're not, your business plans are not up to speed, you need to do that. What are the top priorities for you in 2022? Anybody? What are they? What are the top priorities? I mean, you should have this already in writing for 2022. Anybody? Just hopefully it just turns out like 2021. I mean, that could be a good thing, I guess, but I know that we either are growing or dying. I know that. And from a biological perspective, I know we're all dying. Next year will be a hell of a lot closer to death. So you better stop using the old "I have plenty of time" excuse, because we don't. Anybody? What are some? Go ahead.
Yeah. This year with having COVID and some other challenging health issues, even though I felt like I was pretty healthy, I just want to be healthier and have more freedom and time and digitalize most of my business.
Perfect. You know what? I'm with you. Because, one of the things that I will tell you, as you guys know, you had your health challenges, the same thing with me. These are things, and I love what you said, that you're healthy, but you'd like to be healthier. I think that there's always room for improvement in anything we do. And the reason I ask you that, and I thank you, Kathy, is because it's not just about business. It's not just about health. It's got to be about balance. And so for me, one of the things that I wanted to do this year, that as we wind 2021, I had already told myself, I even told my doctor that I was going to really work on myself. The first doctor I saw was telling me how, when I told him what I wanted to do, he looked at me and he said, "You know what? The only problem is diabetics are very stubborn." And I looked at him and I go, "To be honest with you, doctor, I think you're wrong. I don't think diabetics are very stubborn. I think humans are very stubborn, because you can make that case for anything. But I think there's also hope, and you never know how badly somebody wants it." And so, I'll give you an example. One of my things was to bring this thing called diabetes under control, because when I was in the ICU, I was at 9.5, not a good thing. And I told the doctor, "Give me 3 months, give me 4 months." And he looked at me and says, "Okay, good luck, but just, diabetics are very stubborn." And I go, "No, I don't think diabetics are stubborn. I think people are stubborn, because hell, you can make that argument for anybody." And sure enough, when I did my next 6 months, my A1C had dropped from 9.5 to 5.9, which is technically pre-diabetic. Before I left for CABO, went into the day before I left for CABO, I went in for my blood work 6 months later. And while I was in CABO, I got my results. And, as of today, or as of whatever the hell it was, a week ago, my A1C is now 5.7. And so, and everybody's asking me the same thing. How did you do it? How did you do it? And, for a lot of different reasons. Number one, I don't really want to die. When you're in the ICU, you see things a little differently, and, they're telling you you're not in good shape, that, blah, blah, blah. It scares the living hell out of you. Number one. So I want to live. Number one. Number two, that I say had a lot to do. I don't want to get up and show you my gut, but it's the CGM, or the constant glucose monitor that I have stuck to my stomach, where the alarm is telling me every time it goes high, beep, 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 and I'm off to the treadmill, I'm off to swim, I'm off to do this. I put my swimming pool, which we don't really use a whole lot, to use almost on this every single day, because and then on top of that, accountability partner, my wife, she has the Follow Me app. So that gives somebody the permission to follow your alarms and everything. And so even if I'm like, my alarm goes off, I don't want to do something, Here she comes marching in, go walk, go run, go jog, jump in the pool, da, da, da. And, she won't leave me alone until it drops. And I educated myself. I never understood how this physiological elements in our body work. Now that I know it, I control it. And it's the exact same thing with business. So that's what I'm saying. So there's the health element, there's the business element. Are you happy with your income come the end of 2021? Because I will tell you, the excuses of the pandemic are coming to an end. Even if it stayed here forever, I guarantee you we're going to be a much better off next year because of what we learned up until this year. Like I said, I'm very proud of every single one of you that has leveraged the power of Zoom, virtual meetings, and so on. I was in CABO recruiting people in CABO. And part of the reason that we are upgrading to the 8 weeks, and not just CABO, but the 8 weeks with this company, is because of the simple fact that, we are looking, we used to do our annual getaway was with FFS type of thing, Dream Destination. Then we said, well, that was with the kids, sometimes with no kids. Then we said, why don't we do 2 a year? And I was like, well, if we do 2 vacations, why can't we do 4 every quarter? That sounds even better, right? Then I said, why can't we? Now we're down to why can't we just do it every month? And, we're running hard like never before on the business side, but also on the recharge your battery side. And so that's why I'm so passionate about travel, vacations, relaxation, and so on, because you got to take care of yourself. You have to do that. And that's one thing that you will, if you follow me around, you will notice I drop things and people that are not helpful quicker than you would even imagine. Your head will spin. And so I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste other people's time. And like I said, I went to CABO just because, number one, I trust Ramos that what he was telling me was true. Number two, even though I trust him, I like to verify by dealing with people that there was a lot of things I didn't like. I said, where in the contract does it show the 5 weeks? And I said, if you want to do business with me, I need an addendum. I need the contract amended and an addendum that shows it. And sure enough, I'll show it to you guys. They have, now Ramos is going back to get his addendum, which is cool. That's why we are here, to help each other. And so I'm ruthless when it comes to success and to doing things the right way. And so that's why I challenge you to do the same thing. The package you're going to get is the exact same package I hopefully had some of you look at, which was the actual marketing planner. It starts with anything from a clarity, content creation, every step of the way regarding anything you want to be better at in 2022. And so it starts with an assessment. You can see at the upper left-hand corner where you literally assess where you're at. And the hardest question, one of the hardest questions that you can possibly ask a human being is, what do you want? What do you want? Where a lot of the times we don't know what we want. And when we do know what we want, we keep it very general. And that's not a good thing. You need to be very, very, very specific. And that's the way, like the CGM that I was telling you about. The CGM doesn't say to say, do you want to just feel okay? Do you want me to notify you when you're feeling bad? No, you give it a specific number. You give it a specific parameter. And mine is very limited because I'm not messing around with this thing. And I have a 5.7 A1C to prove it to you that it's very specific. If I'm not here, I need to be aware that I'm not here. And as quickly as I can go ahead and change that. Technology works the same way. I saw a cool video from Bob Vance in his car. And he's got his Tesla driving him throughout Florida or driving him home in Florida. And that car has very specific instructions. It knows what it needs to do, and it does it when it needs to do it, and it doesn't do it when it doesn't need to do it. That was a really cool video, Bob, by the way. And so, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. I have 2 Teslas. My wife has one. She took my old one, and I have the X, but mine is the older one. Bob has a new one. A lot better as far as the technology is concerned. And so that's why I'm telling you, you need to be very specific. I'll give you an example. What are you looking, what will 2022 have to end cash flow wise for you to say it was a good year? Anybody. And there's no wrong number, but most people don't have a number. What does it have to end up being your 1099 from FFS in 2022 for you to say, okay, it was worth my time, my effort, my money? Anybody?
100,000.
200,000. Get my second diamond.
Second diamond. That's it. And one of the best things about FFS, by the way, we have milestones that will tell you when you are on track and when you're not. And so, like somebody said, 100,000. Now the question is, are you a member of Success Society yet? Are you cash flowing 50,000 in 12 months? If the answer is yes, congratulations, right? And so all you simply have to do is step it up just a little bit, and it will take care of itself. So we have a specific. Now, if you say 100,000, that's about $8,333 a month. If January 1st comes and you're not cash flowing 8,333, something is very wrong, and you better get on the ball. Because if you think you're going to go from 0 in January to 16,000 in February, you're crazy. I don't deal in false hope. I've found that it's much easier. I was waiting for my A1C number, like I said, and I knew it was going to be good. I knew it was going to be good because, hell, I've been doing what needs to be done. I know people that just simply tell me point blank, they take metformin, which is the drug that diabetics get, and they say, don't worry, just take the pill, you can eat away. And I always ask them, well, what's your A1C number? Oh, it's 7, it's 8, it's 9. Well, I mean, if you're happy with that number, keep it up. But I wouldn't be happy with I've been there, done that. I don't want that in my life. I started with 3 meds. They took one away after my first 6 months. They took out the second one. I'm down to 1 right now, which I'm trying to do this thing called, if you're diabetic, by the way, you really should read this book. I forget what the hell it's called. It's regarding diabetes. And you can reverse it, because I've been reversing it. You're not going to cure it, but you can reverse it. And so that's what I'm saying. You got to be able about it. And so if you're talking about 100,000, first of all, it is achievable, by the way. If you want 200,000, 100% achievable. But what's the game plan? Because if you want to get to 50,000, you can write 50,000 worth of income like it's nothing in FFS. 100,000, the same thing. But once you're going to go beyond that, the question is, who is going to be your key people to get you there? Who are going to be your key people? It can't just be you, and it shouldn't be you unless that's what you want. Personally, I like the fact that probably 98% of my income is passive. I've written as much, if not more, business than anybody on my team throughout my years when I was producing. But I'll let you in on the secret. I don't care how much you like it. The day will come where you're going to want to say, man, what if I just simply, cooled off the personal production and didn't see my income take a hit? Everybody's going to get there at some point, either because you want to relax, you want to retire, or you're sick. And so for me, I have no shame in that. I tell people all the time. I was speaking with Andy Cohen, the guy you're going to meet next Saturday. So that's about me personally. I said, like, as far as I'm concerned, the number that I have, thankfully, we don't have a debt. We don't have a lot of anything. The beauty about it is that you can shoot for the stars, but hey, if you just end up with 100, 200,000, you'll be fine if you're not drowning in debt. And so that's the beauty behind it. And here's the best part about what you're going to get. It doesn't limit you to just simply business. This is about you. Kathy put it best. Health, wants to improve her health. I think that's an excellent thing to focus on. But you have to be the type of person that's able to spin multiple dishes at the same time. For me, I have a lot of dishes to spin. So it can be hectic, but FFS makes it a lot more doable and easier because my income. And so whether my mom's right now, I think this is going to be the last year that I can take her on trips and stuff because she just can't get around like before. So I'm glad that I've been able to do it all these years, taking her where she wants to go, when she wants to go. Usually just me and her because I have to help her a lot. But then here, I bring her home. Then I go with Marcella and the grandkids to CABO. Then I come home. Then I go, Marcella's coming with me to Atlanta for the grand opening. Then we come back. Then we go to Jerusalem, just Marcella and I. So that gives us more of a relationship, quality of relationship that I want. And we're doing, for my birthday, we're going back to CABO. I'm getting 3 of those suites that I just told you for my birthday. I'm turning 50 on January 1st. New Year's Day is my birthday. And I'm using this to bring my 2 daughters that are married and their husbands and kids, and plus my youngest one who's not, to stay in this place as well. So you got to spin the dishes. And on top of that, of course, FFS has to grow next year. It has to grow with the people that we have. Or if I have to go get new people, by now I learned how to recruit. I learned who to recruit, and most importantly, who not to recruit. And so no big deal. We'll go ahead and do this. And so you have to have the confidence that either you know how to get it done, or you are surrounded by people that can help you get it done. And I'm one of those people, as long as you do your part. But if all you do is talk, and you don't get around to doing your part, I'm not your guy. I don't have time to lose. That's why I say, if you have something to say to me, let's knock it out during the webinar. Maybe somebody else has the same question, maybe not, but during the week, I make you no promises because I only do during the week what I need to do to move my business forward. And so this is the first one that you're going to get. You're also going to get a couple of things. Let me back up a little bit. The marketing planner, which is this one right here, marketing clarity, identify your ideas, your vision, keyword search, everything that you need is right there. Then you go into the goals portion, which is this one right here. It'll break it down on an annual, monthly, weekly basis. I mean, outstanding. The best tool I've ever gotten my hands on is what's called a speed calendar. And if you don't know what a speed calendar is, I'll show it to you next week, because it puts you and I on the spot to make sure that we are willing to do our part, and then we're doing it. Too many people say, I want to make X amount of dollars by the end of this year. At the end of this year, they look back and say, damn, I missed it. Whatever, we'll try again next year. And that's not the person you want to be. You want to become the type of person that, I'll tell you right now, if the first week of January you're not being productive, you're on the wrong track, and you're moving very, very quickly, and you better turn that puppy around before it's too late. And so anyways, this is the planner. Weekly plans are right here. Daily plans are right there. And it's just an outstanding tool. This one is on special for $37, but I upgraded because they upsell you on your way out to $100 and something. I upgraded my account because I wanted to have the other stuff that I know I need, but I also wanted to make it available to you as well on top of that. And so what I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to need your help to make sure that, again, the link actually works, is I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you. It's a folder, and just so you understand what it looks like and what it represents, let me look at okay, you can see it. This is what it is. This is including the upgrades that I paid for, the 5-minute marketing planner, which is fillable. If you have an iPad, you can actually write on it with the pencil, Apple Pencil. It also, if not, you can just type it in on a laptop or on the iPad as well. It comes with the 5-minute marketing planner, good notes, the 5-minute best life journal, which there's nothing more powerful. Well, one of the things that, I don't want to sit here and bore you with my medical stuff, but one of the things that when I go see my endocrinologist is I take the first sheet. I will show it to you, but you can't see it. I take the first sheet of, hold on. I take the first screenshot because, like I told you, I have an app, to show you what I'm talking about. And I'll show you where I'm going with this. I'm not sharing my life with you, but let me just go ahead and see if I can do this so you understand what you need to do. This is called here. And so what this does, let me just go ahead and share this with you. Hold on. I want you to understand what I'm getting at. Please bear with me as I do this. All right, let me see if it fires it up. All right, cool. So, and so you should be able to see it here on your screen. There you go. This is what's called Clarity, which is the app that accompanies my constant glucose monitor, or CGM. The number, and so what this does, just so you know, I have a sensor that I wouldn't call staples, but boom, it goes in you. It's not even a needle, but it's like a thread. It goes, the sensor that goes into your gut, and it just constantly monitors every 5 minutes your sugar. And so as you can see here, I was in range 94%. In the last 90 days, I was in range 94%. And that's because every time it starts to go up, Marcella throws me in the pool or she throws me on the treadmill. And so what this simply means is that it allows me, so the doctor's like, look, we're bringing you off the other meds because we're happy if we can keep it 70% in range. At 94, you're almost there all the time. And the only reason it's not higher is because 1%, less than a percent was low or very low below that. So of course it's doing a lot better. But the point that I'm making is this. This is what I do. Oh, let me do it over here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to, what I do is I hit the report overview for 90 days or whatever. And so when I go see my doctor, I just type this up and it's generating it. And the thing takes my sugar every 5 minutes, every 5 minutes, every 5 minutes. It's transmitting it to my phone literally every 5 minutes. Whereas most people prick their fingers and they do so. Nobody likes to do it. So they only do it every couple of days or whatever, every 5 minutes. And so here in a nutshell, in the last 90 days, my average has been 136. And so the reason I share this with you, hold on, let me just move this out of the way. The reason that I share this with you is because when you understand what I'm sharing with you, you see, this is the monitor. And so the doctor, when he took the medicine, he's like, you're not even bumping the alerts at the high end. And so what I'm getting at is that it's not just about how you feel. How are you eating? Well, I think I'm eating okay. It's like asking somebody about their business. How's your personal recruiting going? It's there. Okay, how's your personal production? Yeah, it's there. Let's pull up a production report on you. Well, you haven't done a whole lot of you haven't done anything. So how can you even give yourself any credit as far as the business of the business side is concerned? Call it what it is. You need to step it up if you intend to have a good week. And I'd rather burn a week and say, okay, I was in CABO, I didn't do a damn thing, I didn't produce. I'd rather do that than say, damn, 2022 ended up being like 2021. Must be me. I'm a loser. I suck. I don't know how to sell. I don't understand and then we go and suffer from this terrible, terrible disease called, it just went away. Hold on. And so what ends up happening, what we end up doing, we all end up, unfortunately, end up coming down. Let's see if this pops back up. I just wanted to wrap it up with you in there. Let me see, 1 second, please. Anyways, let me just go ahead and stop this. You get the point that we end up coming down with this terrible, horrible disease called exusitis, where, it's a horrible disease, by the way. You don't want to come down with exusitis. And so you will. And if you do, it's fatal. And I'm just encouraging you, hold yourself accountable to a much higher standard. You're better than that. I'm challenging you to make 2022 the best year yet, but the way you end 2021 will probably end up being the way you start and you end 2022. I'm on fire. I'm on the move. I'm spinning multiple dishes. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for myself. I'm excited for everybody because, that's the, lack of a better phrase, the frequency that I plugged into, and I want to stay there as well. And so anyways, like I said, you're going to get that one. You're also going to get this one, the 5-minute business life, the journal, reignite your audience, the lead magnet template, and the top performing marketing funnels. If you're more tech savvy, you can most definitely go ahead and do that. If not, don't worry about that. I'm getting a few requests. Okay, what I'm going to do is, if you didn't get it for whatever reason, let me go back over here and show you before we wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up. This is the one for the webinar today at 11, and the other one's going to be on Wednesday night. So just text SON 74121 or scan the code. I don't like distracting people from anything that they do. So this is a little confusing. Disregard it. Very simple. But man, do I feel so bad knowing that so many people missed out on the last one with the XP before it was, when there was still pre-IPO, because I knew it. I didn't say anything. I threw money at it, but I'm going to do it all over again with this one. And like I said, this one is just referring. All you're going to do is refer, and I'll give you all the details, the income potential, everything like that. It doesn't distract you from what you do. It's something that here in California, at least, every home that's built now has to have solar. Everybody knows filthy, dirty, coal that's being burned for electricity. And the opportunity is wide open. 98%, 99% of the people that qualify for this don't even have it. And on top of that, it's zero down. Very few times when I go and talk to somebody about an IUL, I have to convince them that they got to give up $200 for peace of mind and benefits and so on. Here, I have to convince them to cut their bill by half. How much do you pay right now? $400 a month? Well, the good news is you're going to go from $400 to $200. And when you pay off your system, it's zero. All you pay is the $12 to your power company for the statement fee or whatever, and you're done. I'm becoming a client myself. And so that's what I'm going to go into during the webinar. How in 45 days we're going to be able to do that. If it doesn't intrigue you, bless your heart. I just want to make sure you do that. I'm getting it to get the planner. Okay. To get the planner, I sent the link. I did not send the link. I'm sorry. I thought I did. Okay. To get the planner, that might be helpful. Sorry. Here's what you're going to do. Hold on. All right, let me get you the actual. So do me a favor once again, because we are wrapping it up. Okay, and just let me know if you're able to download.
Is it $37 a month or $37 a year?
For what?
For the where you put your goals and stuff.
Oh no, I'm giving it to you for free. That's a one. Yeah, no, I'm going to give it to you for free.
Where are you doing it? I don't see it in chat, Javier.
Okay. All right. So let me do this. Let me go back into the chat and get it with everybody. Do me a favor. Can somebody just go in there into the chat and let me know? Hold on. Give me a second. So I got to switch it to everyone. Everyone. I mean, if you take it, please use it. That's all I ask. I mean, I'm not going to know except by looking at your numbers whether somebody used it or not. Can you check it and click on that link, please? Anybody?
It opened. It's there.
Okay, that's it. So download it. Please don't reach out to me during the week. Please, if you're having an issue, let me know now. Please don't reach out to me. Or you could, if I'm just not going to answer it. I got a lot of stuff going on for something that could have been done today. Just do that. It's my gift to you. Like I said, I paid for it. It's already paid for. I just wanted to really give you, and the reason I'm preaching this whole 2022 now is because you should be in 2022 mode already. If not, you're behind the ball. You're going to have a rude awakening with the first half of the year. Before you know it, it's going to end up being not a good year. And we don't need that. We need more people to win. But in order for you to win, you have to do your part as well. Any questions from anybody about anything? Any questions at all? Comments, concerns before we wrap it up? All right. Well, if no one has anything to share or any updates or anything at all, I just want to invite you to please make sure you come next Saturday. Meet Andy. He's going to be your best friend as it relates to getting your production from where it is to where it should be. But it's your responsibility to your part. If you haven't done so, please, and you want to get the text reminders, make sure you go ahead and text FFS to 74121 to make sure that you are on our list as well. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful one. And please make this a productive, profitable, but most importantly, a safe week as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Javier.
Go Dodgers.
Yes, Blue Boys. Woo-hoo.